thanks for tuning into Sin's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, today we are going to be reviewing the Songbird and the Hearthstone by Carissa Broadbent. This is technically the third book in her Crowns of Nyaxia series, but it is her second duology in the series. And it follows Mische, who needs to be protected at all costs. I stand by that statement. I love Carissa Broadbent's storytelling. I am just like in awe, honestly. I love the way she tells a story. I love her characterization. I love her world building. And her first duology dealt with House of Night, you know, with Araya and Rian. That's how we're going to pronounce his name. Now we are, you know, the House of Shadows with the Shadowborn, right? And Mische. So if you remember, I might have some spoilers here. So if you don't want any spoilers of the series, you gotta stop watching now, because I'm sorry. I'm going to have to mention a couple parts, a couple things from the first two books. So, if you remember in the Ashes and the Starker's King, you know, Mische completely obliterates the Shadowborn heir, right? That's important for this book because Asar, who was a bastard, he is the pronounced heir, right? And he does get the heir mark when his father dies. So he saves her. So him saving her is a lot. And why does he save her? Well, remember, she used to be a mortal. She wasn't just any mortal. She was a sun priestess of the sun god, whose name I thankfully wrote down, and it was Atraxas. By the way, he's a prick. And you know what? The more I read these books, the more I'm just like, you know what? No wonder Nyaxia left the White Pantheon. No wonder she left y'all asses and went to go be a rebel. Like, pardon my language, fuck you guys. They're kind of awful. The White Pantheon. The gods of light. They suck. Like, the more I read about them, the more I'm just like, you guys suck. You're awful. They're awful. And Atraxas, he's like the sun, the god son. Everyone's like, oh yes, the sun god. Oh no, he's one of the worst ones. Let me just be real. But you know, Mische is his devoted servant, right? You know, she's gonna do not only that. Apparently, she was also his bride. Trigger warning, there is mentions of grooming here because he meets her when she's 8. And he chooses her when she's 8 to be his bride. They don't consummate anything until she's 16. But still, like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. She's just in love with her sun god, and she's one of the few people who can still use, you know, for a vampire, you shouldn't be able to use magic of the White Pantheon, but she can still use that fire. It burns her, though. It does burn her. She does, you know, get hurt by it every time she does use it, and it is painful, so she has to suffer, and it's awful. Poor Mische. She just has to be protected at all costs. All costs. I love her so much. She's sassy, she's snarky, but she's also very thoughtful and quite kind as well. So, yeah. It's just kind of it's a lot. But Asar saves her because he was given a quest by Nyaxia. And what is this quest? Well, the quest is, you know, after the events of the Ashes and the Starker's King, Nyaxia is no longer happy with, you know, pieces of her dead husband being used for magic and dark purposes. She's like kind of pissed. She's just like, you are desecrating my husband's remains. This is not okay. So she tasked him with going into the underworld to retrieve pieces of his soul to, you know, bring him back to life. In order to do that, he needs a servant of the god of light, because Atraxas is key for, you know, what was his name? Alaris's death. Yeah, he was like pivotal. So you need his magic, god of light's magic, god of sun, I should say, magic, in order to bring back the god of death. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's written so wonderfully. I mean, can you tell why I'm excited about this book? I love this book. And you want to know something as well? They're going through the different levels of the underworld, and that is so reminiscent of Dante's Inferno. And I loved it so much because each layer, you know, is something different. And they have to face these different aspects and these guardians and monsters and ghosts of their past, and it's a lot. It's a lot that happens, but it's written so expertly. I was just like, this is me. I was just like reading it, page turning page after page after page with the book in my hand, and I'm just like, this is so good. Krista Broadbent's writing style is just captivating. Her writing style is captivating, and I absolutely love her style of writing, and I love her characterization, and I'm just sucked in. I am sucked in. I have an arc of the sequel. My friend Jeff, who I love like a brother, has forbidden me from reading it until he gets his hands on it. That's how much I love him, that I'm like purposefully not reading the arc because I love him. He's lucky. Especially after that ending, I was like, what? Talk about a climactic ending. Like, oh my god. Oh, I need to read the next book, and I need to read it now. Like, you don't understand the need. It's her writing style, like I said, it's just engaging, and it's captivating. She just keeps you hooked, and she keeps that pacing going. She keeps the momentum going. She keeps the story interesting. I guess there are lulls in the pacing, but they're intentional, and they don't really feel like lulls because even though the story's not skyrocketing, the tension is coming from somewhere else, you know, thoughtful, internal tension, reminiscing, you know, it's more emotive in some of those scenes. And I just thought, oh, her writing style is so good. So good. Absolutely love her writing style and her characterization and her storytelling and how she pulls inspiration from other things, but she weaves something completely new and fresh, you know, like it feels very fresh. Did it remind me of Dante's Inferno? For sure, but only in that aspect of you're going through different levels of the underworld in order to get to your end game, right? And it was just, it felt unique, you know? It still felt fresh. It still felt unique. I love the mythology that she's created. I love the world building. And I even love how every part of the book, because I'm pretty sure it's split up into 5 parts, much like the previous 2 books, you're learning bits and pieces of Mische's past. Things that led up to the moment when she turned into a vampire. You know, you're learning about her relationship with Atraxas. Atraxas? Yeah, Atraxas. I don't know why I thought that was wrong for a moment. And you're learning more about her and her past and her sister and her life as a sun priestess and even her fascination of vampires and her acceptance of them, even at such, you know, a young age, even when she's supposed to abhor them, right? So I love that there's a lot of backstory in it. I love that there's lots of storytelling, you know, lots of plot development, story development. She knows how to write, Broadbent. So I just think everyone needs to read this book. Sorry, not sorry. This wasn't really a review, was it? This was just me fangirling. I make no apologies. I make no apologies. It's an excellent book. I think everyone needs to read it. Read Broadbent. I'm so excited her previous series is getting published because I cannot wait to read that, because I love this series so far. Absolutely. So yeah, excellent book. 5 stars. On that note, thank you again for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.